The Blanding boys are back together, Zach. Watch out, everybody. So my college roommate, J.R. Zinner, is in the house, and Jenna Burke. And they are our Franklin County Fair board directors. Mm-hmm. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, also staff and teachers at Western Hills High School. Yep. And so, you might be familiar if you've watched any of the Western Hills pageants. Has it been 2 years that you've been kind of helping?
I hopped on board this past year.
This past year, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you all did a great job. Yeah,
Two that feels like 20 or 30.
Yeah, it was a long 3 nights, but it was good.
I've heard around town that Western Hills alums have just one in the bag for the competitions out there. Is that true? That you all just
generally, it's a program. We groom them up and get them ready,
and just give them those first prizes.
Yeah.
That's not true. That's not true.
But they're here today to talk about the Franklin County Fair. It comes on here in a couple weeks. Just talk about that overall. It starts. In truth, it really starts earlier than we're used to, right? It's kind of a little bit longer. The big pageants kind of started on the 15th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of pageants.
Yeah, so this year, on the 15th, that Saturday before, we have 3 pageants that are happening on that Saturday before. And the first one is probably going to be the best one. And it is the Frankfurt's Fabulous Special Needs Pageant. And it starts at 3 o'clock in the basement of the Extension office. So that's the very first one that we're kicking off. I know our team is really excited about that one and to get all of Frankfurt's community involved in our fair this year. But after that, at 6, we have the Miss Franklin County Teen Pageant, and then at 8, the Miss Franklin County Fair Pageant. The push for doing those pageants earlier this year was to be able to have our Miss Teen and Miss be able to be present at all fair events.
That's a good point.
So kicking things off on Tuesday, they'll be able to be present. They're already crowned, living their best life at the fair that week.
Yeah, because we're used to waiting until then, like Tuesday or Wednesday is when the big Miss Franklin County Fair pageant was. But yeah, like you said, all 3 are Saturday. The first one, you mentioned the Frankfurt's Fabulous Special Needs Pageant is at 3 o'clock. Is that right?
3 o'clock in the basement of the Extension office. So right there, still on the same
campus.
campus.
Okay. And then the other 2 will be in the Hancock
Yes,
Pavilion.
the other 2 are in the Hancock Pavilion on the big stage.
Yeah, I think that's a really excellent idea to bring in that new pageant and start a little bit earlier in the day on the Saturday, kind of make a full kind of day out of it. And the gate price for that day, right, is a little different. It's
$5.
Okay.
There's no rides. None of those things will be open yet.
Yeah.
But it's a $5 gate fee just to come watch and enjoy.
Yeah. And then when do the rides actually start? Is it the Tuesday or Wednesday?
So the fair opens up officially on Tuesday, the 18th, that evening. And there are several different things that'll be getting going on that night. But it's a big day because that's also our planned family/children's day.
That's right.
And so we'll be doing a lot of children's activities this time for sure. And we're excited to have families bring out all their little ones as much as possible and participate in what we're calling a true staycation.
Yes. Yes.
And what's the gate price for the Tuesday? Is that $10? Is that right?
This year the gate price has finally had to go up.
Okay.
We spent a lot of years trying to thwart the rising cost of putting on a fair.
It takes a lot, though.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And most of the fairs around us have risen gate prices many years previous. So this year our gate price will be $15, but in an effort to make sure you get your $15 worth, we've also gone out and solicited many more venues and activities. So we have more events going on than normal this year, and some of them are pretty cool.
Yeah, let's talk about those. First one that I had pulled up will be on the last day of the fair, right? The Pleasure Horse Show.
Yep.
Yeah, this is apparently a big deal.
Yeah, it's something that kind of went by the wayside throughout the pandemic, and we're starting to try and rebuild that whole event back up. Participants can come in and participate in all kinds of different equine interest, like competitions, and we're really excited about that because our name is Franklin County Fair and Horse Show, so we're fired up about getting youth involved and community and local citizens involved in a myriad of different horse-related competitions.
I mean, we live in Kentucky. I feel like it's a given.
Yeah,
we kind of need this.
And on top of that, we have one of the best horse show facilities in several county areas. So we're really excited about that.
And there are a lot of different like entry points for the horse show. Is there different like prizes that people can win?
Yeah, they've gotten several different premiums, and the big draw, the really cool looking ribbons, the huge rosette ribbons.
Oh, that's cool.
We got all those ready to go, and I just think that that particular event, and I would suggest that people look through the catalog. That particular event is something for ages 5 on up, and so anybody can really participate in that, and it's really cool to just get your lawn chairs out and go down to the horse show arena and watch what happens.
Yeah.
And if people do want to sign up, they still can.
Oh yes,
yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, up until right
Last
before
minute.
it starts.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
that's good to know.
If you're feeling it, yeah.
And where can they go
Come
to do
on.
that? The website or?
Yeah, actually, we have an updated website, and towards the end of this, I'll make sure I say that. But we have an updated website and a Facebook page that are both updated, and you can catch us on Instagram now too. So
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
we're trying to make more of a social
Yeah.
media
We're trending.
presence,
Yeah.
and more of an online presence to help people find information about the Franklin County Fair.
Yeah.
We were voted the most progressive fair last year. We got a
Really?
In the
big
state of
trophy
Kentucky.
in the state of Kentucky. So I mean, we're trying.
Good for you.
It really
all,
doesn't
yeah.
take much, but the trophy was taller than me, and
Yeah.
and everybody knows us as being so progressive. So it
Yeah.
just seemed
We got to live up to that title.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you think some of the factors were that got that award?
Yeah, I think predominantly the factors were that we offer such a diverse selection of events. Everything, our motorsports have traditionally over a long period of time been strong events and a lot of participation, and really the community loves things like demo derbies, and
Yeah.
and there's a large fan following of truck and tractor pulls at local levels, and so I think that was part of it. Obviously, we have some of the best pageantry experts in the state of Kentucky. I mean, we have a lot of things going on that include livestock shows too, and different events. Like last year, we did the Miller Border Collie Review.
Yeah,
We're going to bring that back
Yeah.
again. So
That was pretty popular. Yeah.
I think it
Yeah.
was, and we just have a really large cross section. We cast a pretty broad net when it comes to different events comparatively.
Yeah, and another event, and this might be new to the fair, the Cincinnati Circus shows.
We're going to host a circus. It's full of acrobatics and fun,
be awesome.
and we're really excited because we think that that'll be something that a lot of our Franklin County community hasn't necessarily seen a lot of in recent years. So they're coming out of Cincinnati, and we've heard rave reviews on that. So we're fired up to see what they bring in terms of acrobatics and gymnastics and stuff.
And so I've got here, they start at 6 o'clock, and it's near the Hancock Pavilion. And do you know what days for sure just yet?
We'll
That
check
week?
that out.
Okay.
I think it's every night, isn't it, Jenna?
I think so.
I believe it's nightly.
Yeah.
Nightly at 3 different times.
Yep.
Oh, I see. I got you.
I think it's every night, so it should be something. After you've rode some rides for a little while and you got your cotton candy, get tired and hot, sit down and watch somebody walk across a high wire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Start sweating again.
Yeah.
And kind of whenever you come, you'll probably have a good shot of seeing it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yep.
Definitely.
It'll be located close to the Hancock Pavilion and close to all of the food trucks, so
Yeah.
should be something that can maybe captivate an audience for 15, 20, 30-minute shows at a time. So that'll be fun.
An interactive dinosaur display.
Mark and his
Yes.
dinosaurs.
It's gonna be awesome.
Kids love dinosaurs, and we were thinking, what better way to start the week off with a bang on Children's Night than reaching out to old Mark and get these interactive dinosaurs.
Jurassic Park. Yeah.
It's a show that a gentleman from Somerset puts on that's apparently really cool, and kids can
Interactive,
participate.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know. All I can think of is I liked Barney back in the day. Maybe this is gonna be like on a whole nother level. I don't need to be eaten by any T-Rexes, but
Yeah.
But you might be.
I might want to interact with one.
might be.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a wide spectrum of interaction with dinosaurs and what it could be. Yeah.
Yes.
And Mark, don't
And
forget
Mark.
Mark, like
Him too.
Jurassic Mark.
It's a whole encounter.
Jurassic Mark.
It's an
Jurassic Mark.
encounter. Yeah.
That's
So-
perfect.
So circus, dinosaurs, border collies, horses, and we're even trying to integrate, and we're not trying. We're going to host another new motorsports event, which is basically an obstacle course for four wheel. It's going to include all kinds of dirt obstacles and stuff. It's going to be a course that'll be ran and
A
competition.
tough truck competition.
Yep. So we'll
Yeah.
see who
That
has the
sounds awesome.
toughest. I know back in the day, a lot of my students had some tough trucks, or so they thought.
Yeah, so
Until they fell apart every other day, and I helped them put them back together. But
So that's at 7 p.m. on Tuesday.
yeah, right off the bat, that's what we're starting with, and
Tuesday's gonna be fun.
I know
sounds
that
like
Yeah, going big on Tuesday.
I know
And
that
then-
local motorsport hero Steve Stossberg is ready to fire up the dozer and get that track turned into an obstacle course, and I can't even imagine what's on his mind to make obstacles. I don't even want to know,
Yeah.
but it'll be a good night.
Yeah, and that goes long into the night.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Those competitions do.
Yeah.
Like they settle in and they have a good time. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a staycation. I mean,
yeah, you're right.
you gotta come for everything.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be good at that. I mean, I spent a lot of nights at Pizza Hut. They had that game. And you
could
drive
handle it?
those trucks over those dirt. Yeah.
Was I thought you were talking about like Cruising USA for a second.
No, this was
It's
like
definitely different.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I was thinking maybe you could back your car down towards the track and open the trunk up and be good at sitting there watching all the motorsports, Scott. Like, take it all in, whether it's a trunk of a car or a truck bed. I mean, we fill that place in on both sides of the arena.
Yep.
And if Steve's involved, I know it's always going to be an exciting night in motorsports, that's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's something that I feel like maybe you all have done this in the past, but it's the first time I've kind of heard of it. You're having a live band
We are
playing down there at the pavilion, right?
a local live band
Yeah.
that includes one of our magistrates. And so,
Really? Twist of Fate.
Twist of Fate. yeah.
Okay.
And
Which magistrate? Is it like Sherry?
Sherry.
Sherry.
Yeah.
Okay, Sherry Sebastian
Yeah,
singing.
she's
Okay, that's
she's
awesome.
stepping to the plate and stepping to the mic.
Yeah, as soon as you said that, that's the first person who I thought of because I've heard her
Well,
sing before.
I thought
Yeah.
maybe you were thinking of like our county judge executive, Judge Executive Mueller. I mean, I'd say he's probably a rock star in his own right. But yeah, Sherry's going to bring the band to town and they're going to rock out the fair.
Yeah.
We're super excited about that because it's been a little while since we've had a live band.
I know, yeah. That's what I was thinking in recent
Yeah.
memory. And a lot of times during the week, like you all mentioned before, it kicks off on Tuesday, but it would be the big pageant on Tuesday, and then every night would be kind of occupied by pageants and the
Yeah.
talent showcase, which you'll have that again this year.
We are, and
But,
we're
yeah.
actively seeking people who are talented. And so,
Talent can mean lots of different things.
It can.
So
So that's important to reiterate, right? That it isn't necessarily like a karaoke, or,
Oh, no.
or because we've seen a lot of talented folks come through and play guitar or
you're
sing or something, have a band and stuff.
If you're a local magician.
local magicians,
Yes.
comedians. Scott, I don't know if you're.
Yes.
Yeah, I
So
can
your
work
stand-up
on.
act
I
at
can maybe
night,
put 5 minutes together before,
Type 5?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
but probably not.
Yeah, I mean, up until the events, in most cases, we're looking for people who want to be involved in the fair. We're even looking for volunteers, but
Yep.
the livestock shows are nightly. The 18th is a sheep show.
Yep.
19th is hogs. The 20th is goats. The 21st is the beef cattle show at
Yep.
the show pavilions and the Farm Bureau pavilion. And Tuesday morning, we're taking in entries for the exhibit hall. No better way to kind of like display all your efforts and time you put into different crafts and projects in your victory garden or flower
Yep.
show than to enter some of that stuff and come and participate, maybe get a blue ribbon
and prize money.
and premiums.
We
yeah.
upped our premiums this year, so we're excited about that.
There's everything from crafts and artwork and photography to craft beer. So we started a craft beer division. So
Oh, that's cool. Did you start
the
that just
judges
this
think
year?
it's really cool. They're all in on that. But we worked with some folks down at SIGS and came up with a bunch of the classes, and it was a success
cool.
last year. And so, I mean, everything is
Yeah.
in
Yep.
expansion mode the best
That's a
we
nice,
can.
yeah, like
Honey,
local collaboration
yeah.
there too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to see Border Collie Mania last year. Was it? Do they herd things or do they like?
So we brought
Jump.
in Alan Miller and his border
Uh-huh.
collies, and and Paul, and they actually brought sheep and turned them loose.
Okay.
And they had obstacles and different course that was set up, and the border collies
So they
did
do it
all
all.
the work.
Yeah.
They did all the work, and they were the stars of the show. Even though the guys that were the handlers thought that they were kind of important.
Yeah.
Those border collies do their thing, and they move sheep.
It's amazing to watch them.
I suggested we don't even have fences up. We just turn them loose in the fair, see where all the border collies could run the sheep to, and
They might hurt a couple of kids in kind of
Yeah.
areas.
they
That's
definitely
good.
might hurt some kids. If they don't have sheep, they look for something to do.
Yeah. HERD some kids.
Herd.
Yeah, herd some
That's
kids,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
But yeah, I mean, and so if you want the full list of events, the website is
www.franklincofair ky.org.
So Franklin Co. Fair, ky.org.
Yep.
Nice. And that's where people can sign up too if they're.
There is information about how to sign up and participate.
Yeah.
And just recently it was updated a week and a half ago to include everything you could possibly imagine about the fairs on that website. So
Oh, that's good.
finally having one that's
Everything.
updated should prove to help people participate and help people come out and check out all the events and venues that we got going. So
I'm surprised you haven't brought wrestling into the fair yet.
we had wrestling at one point.
A couple years ago,
At
right?
one point, a couple years
Okay,
ago,
I missed
and-
it then.
And it
All right.
sounded-
And it was supposedly it was a thing apparently, and got a little out of hand. Maybe I'm not real sure, but maybe here soon. I mean, last night I actually legitimately reached out to my booker, and he's like, let's get back into business. And
Okay.
so I mean,
Yeah.
maybe I need to offer my services for the Franklin County Fair.
Yeah, we've been reached out to by a new Fed here in town, so
Yeah.
and, but yeah, I think maybe one year me and you might have gone down to the Boyle County Fair for
Yep.
JYD. Junkyard Dog was in town.
And Kane before, like 2 weeks before
wow.
he hit
Wow.
WWE. So
Wow.
that was really cool.
That's right.
And
I forgot all about that.
I was in charge of golf cart and transportation that night, so JYD and I had some really interesting conversations. I'm all in on Junkyard Dog. He was an interesting dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you all have any favorite traditions for 4th of July?
Good question. I was sitting over here thinking how I was going to answer that previous, and so I have my favorite vinyl record, Scott. I break it out once a year and play it for a 6-hour loop. It's the 1812 Overture.
Yeah.
I get the speakers out on the porch and I just let it blare for all the neighbors. And I'm thinking, what's more 4th of July than the 1812 Overture?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that's one of my favorite things to do during 4th of July.
Definitely one of my
That's a
favorites
good
too. That's how they would wake you up at band camp and over the loudspeakers, and I just really loved that at 6 a.m.
If only we lived close to each other, you could hear this every 4th of July, you know?
Yeah.
Just turn it up louder.
And then Jenna, what about you?
Well, something really cool. It's actually my sister's birthday as well. So we celebrate America, but we also get to celebrate my sister. It's her birthday on the 4th of July. And then I get to go spend some time with my husband's family. So we drive up to Fleming County in the great little town of Ewing. We celebrate with a big fireworks show and just hanging out with family. So
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
No,
I mean,
can't beat that.
Yeah, that's perfect.
1812 Overture and family, hot dogs, being
Yeah,
outside.
sister's birthday.
Yeah, sounds perfect.
Guys, we've enjoyed having you here.
Yeah, thank you.
Always like catching up about the fair and learning what's going to come up, and we have you back every year. JR, does it make you sad that the Blanding Tower no longer exists?
Yeah, I shed a few tears, to be
Yeah.
quite honest.
Yeah,
It's-
for all our UK alums out there, the campus is not. It looks nothing like when we
No.
were there. Like it's unrecognizable, and yeah, all our haunts are gone. But that's what happens when you get old.
it happens, so they say.
But thanks, guys, for coming on.
Thank you.
And we'll see you again soon. We'll see you at the fair.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
crew will be out there shooting stuff, and I'm sure you guys will be running around like crazy all week.
We're excited to have y'all out, and I think maybe even come through the exhibit hall. So that should be a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Yeah,
from the
exactly.
community
Yeah.
coming out there, and they're fun.
Yeah, we'll have a segment for everybody to look forward to.
Yeah.